Homer is at home, watching the news and eating candy. He ends up giving the rest of it to Jimbo and Kearney under the threat of having his house egged, which they do anyway. Marge, with her hair streaked like the Bride of Frankenstein, holding Maggie in a witch mask, Lisa, dressed as a Pacific Northwestern Native American totem pole, and Bart, dressed as a hooded executioner, come back from trick-or-treating with a large haul of candy. Marge tells them not to eat too much, or else they will get nightmares. They all scoff at her, but they do have nightmares, or at least Bart and Lisa do. The Simpsons visit Morocco, which Homer mistakes for Monaco after complaining why Grace Kelly, Princess Grace, would want to live in Morocco, where Homer buys a mysterious monkey's paw that grants wishes but with great misfortune. Once back at home, after Homer had to pay $2 American fine for attempting to smuggle souvenirs on board the plane, the family argues how to use it. Marge warns them not to and heed the advice of the vendor. Maggie wishes for a golden pacifier, and Bart wishes for the family to be rich and famous. The pacifier does not seem to have negative consequences, but the money and fame cause people to get sick of The Simpsons being overexposed, appearing on everything from overpriced t-shirts to novelty calypso albums, to public service announcements on getting mammograms from breast cancer. Lisa wishes for world peace, but when Kay and Kodo see that the Earth is vulnerable, they conquer it, enslaving humanity, causing everyone to hate The Simpsons even more. At first I was just bored with their antics, now I want them dead. Wanting the aliens gone, she begs him to make them leave. Homer refuses, pointing out that Marge was against the family using the monkey's paw and decides he's going to wish for something normal. Then wishes for a turkey sandwich without any weird surprises, which he claims is a wish that can't backfire, and which appears to be perfect, except the turkey's a little dry. This abnormality causes Homer to fly into a rage before throwing the monkey's paw away. When Ned Flanders sees Homer throwing it out, Homer offers the paw to him, assuming that wishes with misfortunes will soon plague his neighbor. However, Ned's first wish, to get rid of the aliens, frees the human race, he's considered a hero. Shortly after, Flanders wishes for his house to turn into a castle, and while Homer watches in envy, wishing he had another monkey's paw. After Lisa has her nightmare, she gets into Bart's room and wakes him up to ask if she could sleep in his bed. Bart tells her to get lost, so she offers him a candy necklace. He eats it and spits the string out and tells her she can sleep with him. She climbs into his bed and thanks him. He replies, "Let's talk more, sleep," as he spends the last moments staring at the Krusty the Clown Jack-in-the-Box on his bedside table before going back to sleep. In Bart's nightmare, he is a kind-hearted boy with the ability to bend reality with his mind, as well as to read the minds of others, and he will turn anyone who thinks badly about him into a creature. The entire town lives in fear of him because of the gossip, constantly forced to be happy and fulfill his every demand. Bart comes home from school and Homer and Lisa are watching TV. Bart demands to watch Krusty, but after Homer refuses, Bart teleports him to the stadium in place of the football, and he smacks into the field post. In retaliation for this, when he gets back home, Homer tries to bash Bart over the head with a chair. Bart reads his mind and turns him into a jack-in-the-box. Upon discovering this, Marge takes him to see Dr. Marvin Monroe, who suggests that Bart and Homer spend more time together doing father-son activities. Homer takes Bart to a baseball game, fishing, shooting a BB gun, church, and to an amusement park. Bart becomes less mean as he enjoys time with his father and chooses to turn Homer back to normal. Homer then gives Bart a fatherly kiss, and Bart wakes up, screaming in terror. Meanwhile, after Bart had his nightmare, he and Lisa run into Homer in Marge's room and ask to sleep in their bed. Homer looks at the clock and comments that in 2 hours he has to get up and go to work. In Homer's dream, Homer is fired from his job for sleeping and he becomes a gravedigger. He falls asleep in an open grave. Mr. Burns and Smithers are looking for a brain from their experiment to create the ultimate worker. They find Homer and, thinking he is dead, put him in a bag, take him to their lab, remove his brain, and place it into a robot. The robot then acts like Homer, clumsy, lazy, and the love for donuts, much to Mr. Burns' disappointment. Smithers convinces him to put Homer's brain back where it came from, but after this is done, the robot falls onto the top of Mr. Burns, crushing his body. To save his life, Mr. Burns' head is sewn onto Homer's body. Homer wakes up from his nightmare and realizes that Mr. Burns' head is really sewn onto his body. Later, The Simpsons are eating breakfast. Lisa reminds Homer that the kids' school will be having an all-you-can-eat spaghetti dinner that evening. Homer looks forward to it, but Mr. Burns reminds him that same evening they will be attending the reception for Queen Beatrice in the Netherlands. Homer complains that he hates having two heads.